Everyone. Happy April Fool's Day. We made it through March, and now we're here, and I'm here, your favorite year-round fool, I hope. Cheers. So I was thinking about April Fools. So a lot of people have opinions on April Fools. Some people have been still playing pranks and still having fun with that. And then other people I've been seeing on my Facebook feeds and emails and texts with friends are just like, today is not the day. This is not the time. Let's do it. So, I'm always in favor of silly. So I am all about them right now. And today, I probably had 40 people send me the April Fool's story about eliminating alcohol sales across the state of Texas as part of the coronavirus response. So, like 40 people sent that to me. So obviously my brand is right on. Cheers to y'all. And thank God it was fake news. One of the other ones I saw a lot of people circulating was that our governor had said that all the public school kids were going to have to start over and redo a year. So if you're in the fourth grade right now, you're going to have to go in the fourth grade again next year. I'm sure that went over so well with people. And then our head of school this morning sent out a video. She does one every morning that all the kids have to watch before they start school at 8:30 in the morning. And she was doing some pranks on her kids. She made them some brownies, some brown paper letter E's. I love corny dad jokes like that. So it was fun. Hey, someone say hi, okay? Um, so we're over here on Cooped Up now. I hope you're watching. And I just got off a happy hour with my team at work. So I started a little bit early. So I got my Olive Garden pour from here to here now, my OGP. Um, so anyway, just wanted to talk to you, come to you every day, maybe a little light in the day. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Maggie. Um, and so one of the things that I saw today that, at least in Dallas, a lot of local politicians are advocating for. I saw our councilman, Chad West, who I adore, and also Councilman Madrano and some other people, encouraging people, and this probably applies across the state or the country even, encouraging people to stay out of the grocery stores today, tomorrow, and Friday. And not because of coronavirus worries specifically, but because a lot of people were caught off guard with this who were on uh, food stamps and welfare. So WIC, Women, Infant, Children, I think is what that stands for. Different types of things. So they actually didn't have a lot of resources, and a lot of them were going hungry at the end of the month because, again, this happened so late in the month. And so they get their benefits at the beginning of each month. And so for the next 3 days, they're needing to buy their foods. And if we're all out there taking them up on the first, second, third of the month, they're not available to them. I think that that is a very heartening, very sweet gesture. I went yesterday, but I actually would encourage people to follow suit on just staying out of the store, eat out, cook whatever you got at the house. We can make it. But for a lot of these families, they just don't have it. And so again, tomorrow, the next day, and the next day. Hi, Arden. Arden's on my team, and I put this on since talking to her. I was thinking, why does Dr. Burks have to have all the fun with the neckwear? Maybe I'll try some stuff too. Poor Todd, I think, is worried that as this progresses, I'm sliding more and more into gender fluid territory. Got the nails, got the Chardonnay, and the neckerchief now. So maybe tomorrow I'll wear my Hermes scarf. I don't know. So, um, hello, Tracy. Hello, Clay. Hello, everyone. The scarf, it's a hit. I actually own like 10 of them. I just never wear them. I think they make my neck look fat, but obviously y'all like it and y'all don't think it looks fat, right? You tell me, right? Okay, so is Todd working from home? Suzanne asked. Yes, he is downstairs. He's commandeered our dining room downstairs, and I am in a spare bedroom that I've converted into my office. I'm not doing that right now because the internet's not great there, and it actually looks like shit at the moment. This, where I am right now, is my old office, and this computer is now currently Mason's classroom. And then Claire has a Chromebook that she's in our family room on the game table in there. So we are all over the place using up all of the internet in this house. Oh, all of the internet. It's like, so, um, the blue brings out the color in my eyes. I wear a lot of blue. I wear a lot of pink. I wear a lot of white. And I love them all. So thank you for saying that, Maggie. You're such a great fan of our family. I appreciate you. Um, one of the, speaking of like, I don't know the seg well. I don't know. I was trying to make that seg. But one of the most interesting things about all of this is that we are seeing so many people in our neighborhood that we have never seen before. It's so funny. We're like supposed to be socially distant now. And we are being socially distant, but we are seeing people that I don't know if they were working out at gyms or if they worked really long hours or what. But we live on a running trail and there's a tennis court, which is closed, and a golf course, which is closed, but it's technically a park when it's closed right across the street from our house. And so we see people running by all the time and waving. And we've had people come by. So we had the father-in-law of my dear friend Amy, who I've known since college, who is running for Supreme Court Justice here in Texas. We had some signs in our yard during the primary part of the election. And her dad just showed up last night, father-in-law, and knocked on the door. And we were like, hey, I was like, hey, I don't know you, so stay over there. He was very sweet. But he was just saying how much he appreciates, because he lives here in town. He actually lives not too far from us, seeing her signs in our yard, and just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for that. I thought that was so sweet. And then here's even weirder, is that the family, so our family has only been owned by 5 families, or our house has only ever been owned by 5 families since it was built in 1937, and we're the 5th family. So of that, the third family, their last name is DuBose. We had a guy show up and he's like, hey, I grew up in this house. And we've met most of the other families except for the original family. But we had not met this DuBose family. And I was like, what's your last name? And he said, DuBose. I was like, oh, it's so good to see you. Now stay over there. It was great to see you. We had a wonderful conversation. So we met a new person who was just out and about. And he actually doesn't live too far from here. And he said he drives by all the time and loves the house. And we're going to arrange for him and his mother, who's still living, to come see the house. He grew up in the house. He was born in the hospital nearby, I think, and then brought into this house and lived here till he was like 10. So that was so sweet. And we just, like I said, we see people and we wave, and it's just awesome. I love it. I love it. And so, Arden, are you or are you not my fashion muse? Of course you are. Not bandanas necessarily. Maybe, like I have the Hermes scarf. You inspired me to wear that. And so I may pull that out maybe for tomorrow. Todd will be rolling his eyes hardcore on that. And then one of the things that I've been talking to y'all about a lot is the creativity that we're seeing in people. So I was talking to my friend Beth this morning, and her mother owns a little shop in New Jersey, I believe it is. And she has had to transition from being a bricks and mortar store to being an online store. And this woman is hilarious. I've met her before. And she has started selling stuff on Facebook and online and all that stuff, and is having a great time with it. And, oh, Crystal, yeah, you need your OGP, your Olive Garden pour. But one of my other creative friends is my friend Julian Ilson, who owns Whisk, which if you live in Dallas, he has, I think, 3 locations of this. It's a crepe restaurant. They make crepes. They're wonderful. And there's one here real close to my house, the original one here in Dallas at Sylvan 30. And so one of the things, so you think crepe restaurant, well, that's got to be hard to go because, got to eat a crepe when it's hot. Like a cold crepe is kind of ugh. So he has started packaging big vats of to-go crepe batter. So he'll make the batter and send it home with you with different toppings, fruits, whipped creams, different fillings, those types of things. Nutella, I think you get like a giant tub of Nutella with it. I think that is genius. And so he pairs that with a bottle of wine, and I think it's like $50. I can't remember what the actual amount is. But you can go pick it up at his Sylvan 30. I don't know if you have to order in advance. I don't think you do. I think you can just go pick it up. But he's coming up with all this stuff, and then he came up with this campaign today, tomorrow, and the next day called 3-Day Takeout, which dovetails into what I was talking about. Like for the next 3 days, try not to go to the grocery store because the folks who just got their their food stamps got them today. They get them once a month. And so there are families who have children who need a lot of the groceries. And if you do have to go to the grocery, try not to buy the things that are marked WIC, W-I-C, women, infant, children. That's what they call it here in Texas. I don't know if that's elsewhere. But those are like staples. And so try not to be try not to grab those, because we want people who need the food, who've probably been hungry for the last week or so, to be able to get those things. So I love it. Thank you, Julian, for what you do. You've been a great cheerleader for other area restaurants, and for to go and all that stuff. It's super fun. Um, and then there's one thing I started talking about yesterday that then once I started talking about it, really started bothering me more. And I try to keep these upbeat, but I also want them to be a little bit sarcastic and sassy. But buzzwords, the buzzwords that are sliding into our lexicon about this, the new normal. I hate that phrase. Like, none of this is normal. There's nothing about this motherfucking situation right now that is normal. Nothing that is normal about it. So, yes, it's new, but it's not normal, and it will never be normal. Let's not even pretend that this is going to be normal, so let's stop using that phrase. In these uncertain times, that is another one. Once you start hearing that phrase, you're going to hear it on every commercial. You know, we're staying home a lot and watching a lot more TV. Every commercial is in these uncertain times. And like I said yesterday, they're selling you a Jeep or they're selling you strawberry jelly. They're in these uncertain times. Um, and what was some other ones? Like, if you have any in the comments, put in there that are kind of by this crazy. Why can't people just say, in this shitstorm that we're living in? And I realize that you can only say that on cable, or Facebook, but I think that that's hilarious. So I'm being told WIC is everywhere. So wherever you are, if you're going grocery shopping today, tomorrow, or Friday, try to avoid the items that are marked WIC, because those folks need to be able to get the supplies. They only get their benefits, whatever they're called, once a month. And so we need to be able to make sure that those children specifically are able to have the nutrition that they need and that they're not being stuck. Judy in San Antonio, who I adore, she keeps hearing, in these strange times or these unusual times, which they are strange and they are unusual, but I feel like we're all using that as an excuse right now. Like, hey, these unusual times, we got to do this, this, and this. Yeah, we get it. We know that that's the times that we live in. So I'm kind of like, just call a spade a spade. Oh, this kerchief is hot though. Uncharted waters. Oh, I actually have used that a little bit. So are you making fun of me, Arden, on that? Until we weather this storm, I don't use that one. I actually try not. Michelle Condre, who is a fabulous, hilarious actress, is asking, what color are my fingernails? So one of the things that I have done, and thank you for that, Seg, also, is I have been advocating through these videos, just making these videos, and then other things, of staying home silly, hashtag stay home silly, of doing something that's kind of silly, something that you might not normally do, just to remind yourself that this is an unusual time, and that we will get through this. And in this case, reminds me not to touch my face. So I painted my fingernails, and they are a color called Moon Dust from my friend Jeff Parsley's nail polish line called Now Nail Polish, nownailpolish.com. And then I put a matte finish on it. And so let me see. They look really great. The matte is kind of wearing off. One thing that I have learned is I am so hard on my nails. I chipped one right here at the cuticle, and this is really good nail polish too. So it's not the fault of the nail polish. I just am always picking at stuff and lifting stuff and tearing stuff, and I didn't realize how delicate you got to be. Shut up, Arden. Let's see, what else are y'all saying about? Sorry for that blank spot in the thing. So anyway, so buzzwords. It's like, and these commercials. And like I said yesterday, also, like, good for them. But I hope, good for the advertisers to be able to turn these commercials so fast, because it would be tone deaf if they were to run some of their old stuff. But I feel like also is, my friend Cindy said this on Facebook last night, is that one of the things that we'll have to see when people stop using the buzzwords, because there's a lot of people that were using, in these tough economic times, for about 2 good years after the recession ended, and just to kind of scare people, freak people out. And they weren't tough economic times for most people. So, um, oh, and Michelle Condrey is an acting coach, not an actress. Sorry. What is the phrase that those do? Don't get mad at me. Um, so April Fools are no, I'm an April Fool. I'm a May Fool. I'm a June Fool. I was born in December, so I'm a December Fool too. Um, Unprecedented has been overused since 2016, since we have an unpresident. Oh, getting real political there with that one, but I don't disagree. So, anything else you want to talk to? Comment and put something in the comments. If you think of anything, actually, I want to know what you're doing silly. I want y'all to do things that are silly too. Just something that's out of the normal. Arden told me today this isn't silly, but Arden told me today on our staff happy hour that she did a crossword puzzle for the first time in her entire life this week. And she's what, 30 years old, 31. She did it for the first time. So she's trying new things and I love it. It's a beautiful one too. It's Cinque Terre in Italy. It was really, really pretty. It looked hard too, because there's a lot of little details and stuff in it. Um, uh, my cousin Angela says, to be silly, you need to sing a verse from Long Tall Texan. I have a video somewhere of you as a kid singing it. Oh, yes. We used to do these big, my family was one of those when we got together at the holidays. It's my stepdad's family, actually, my late stepdad's family. But we got together at the holidays and we would have these big sing alongs. Everyone brought guitars, and Tall Texan was one of the songs. I would have to be reminded of the lyrics. And then I think one year I used a gumball machine as like a like that was my instrument. That was a fun memory. So, oh, Arden's saying I said crossword puzzle. I meant jigsaw puzzle, like a puzzle that you do on your table. Sorry, correction there. A puzzle that you do on your table of pictures. I guess that wouldn't have made sense saying crossword puzzle and then talking about a picture of Cinque Terre, but I started a little earlier today than normal. We had our staff happy hour at 3:30 virtually, so my Olive Garden pours a little bit pulled down from what it was. By the way, I don't know if you can hear it, but I was talking earlier about people just showing up out of the blue. We had a woman show up at our house today who brought us a cat, a gorgeous long-haired black cat that she found somewhere here in the neighborhood. And she went on Nextdoor, the app for crazy people and racists. And she went on Nextdoor and posted that she found this cat. And not everyone everyone gets all pissed off at me. Not everyone on Nextdoor is crazy or racist, but there's a lot of crazy racist people on Nextdoor, and you know it. But so she posted a picture of this cat. It's a really pretty black cat, long-haired cat, and where she found it, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's the conscious cat. They live across from the tennis courts." And so she brought it today and left it there, and but it's not our cat. But I wouldn't get near her or touch it, and the cat liked me, so it came up, and so the cat is currently on our front porch, and we don't do indoor cats. We have outside cats, so this cat is now an outside cat, at least until we figure out where it lives. But it is meowing like crazy. Arden, on our call earlier, you were talking about your security alarm beeping all the time. There's things that you notice about your house that you don't realize until you actually are in it full time. So Arden has a security alarm that beeps periodically. I got a toilet downstairs by the front door that runs every 15 minutes that we didn't realize was doing that. It drives us nuts. It must not have done it in the evening, or we just didn't notice it in the evening. But during the day, you notice it. It's like, oh my God. But anyway, so now we have a third cat. So we have two cats, and we have a brown striped cat, and we have a black cat. It looks like a panther. They are both short haired cats, and this cat is all black, but it's very long haired. It has a big bushy tail. Gorgeous cat, very sweet. Came up to me, let me pick it up. So obviously it is not afraid of humans. So it's someone's cat. And I don't know what to do with it. So I posted it in our neighborhood group on Facebook that we have it in case someone is missing their cat. And if no one claims it, does someone want a cat? Because I don't know that we're going to keep three cats. And actually, I don't know that our two cats who are brothers would even allow a third cat kind of in our ecosystem anyway. So let's see what y'all are saying. Um, Michelle Condrey just repaired a huge wall clog. Good for you. How long did you have it? That's the thing. I'm doing the shit around my house right now that it's been on the list for like 11 years that I'm like, oh, I finally have time to get to that. Let's do that. And then she painted her hands, her fingernails, I guess, or painted the hands of the clock emerald green and copper. Oh, that sounds gorgeous. Send me a photo. I'd love to see that. Um, Maggie is saying, and Maggie lives on a beautiful farm in Iowa. And Maggie McQuan, for those of you here in Dallas and the gay set know her, she was the fabulous executive director or development director over at Black Tie Dinner for years. And now she and her husband live in Iowa on a farm. They're building a chicken coop so they can be all cooped up on their farm. I love it. Bianca is saying all the next door people are crazies and racist. No, she's dying at me saying that. And Arden is agreeing that all the next door people are crazies. They're all, I mean, it is like, and it makes me crazy too because, next door is not like Facebook where anyone can join. If you're on next door, those are people that live in your vicinity. Like they have to live within your set of houses. And, black man walking down the street is not suspicious. Black man walking down the street is minding his own business, getting some exercise. Now, suspicious would be something else, and it is so crazy. Bianca says she had a guy deliver a mattress today, and he wouldn't do the 6 feet distancing. And he told me the thickest accent ever. This is all hoopla, and it's not really all that bad. But we'll see next week about that. Supposedly, it's going to get crazy soon. And by the way, I hope that y'all realize that me making these jokes and me doing this is not disregarding the seriousness of the times that we're in right now, of these unprecedented times, of these uncharted waters, these what was my other phrase? These uncertain times. I'm doing it just because sometimes we gotta fucking laugh. Sometimes we need to just not worry about this, and we need to stop shooting ourselves to death. I say every day, and I will say it every day until this is over. People, chill the fuck out. Stop shooting yourself to death. We are all doing the best we can. There's nothing that you should be doing right now. You should be living and just taking care of yourself. You do not need to be teaching your kids how to bake bread if you've never baked bread before. If you want to bake bread, do it. That's fine. But don't do it because you think you should. You don't need to be teaching them anything. My kids have been on an iPad most of the day. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Our head of school, she jokingly told me, at the end of all this, Cooper, all I really expect from your children, talking about me specifically, is that they know all the bad words and they can pour a really good glass of wine. I love her, and I agree on that. They will be fine. Everyone will be fine. I don't know if you can hear that cat, but the cat is wailing on the front porch right now, and I'm upstairs. No laughter, or there's no better medicine. Laughter is the best medicine. That's what Angela is saying. Yes. So anyway, I love y'all. I try to do these for about 20 to 25 minutes, 30 minutes a day, and we're at 23 minutes. So I hope you are having a wonderful day. I hope you're being kind to yourself. I hope you're being kind to others. Stay out of the stores for the next 3 days so that those who are less fortunate can get the things that they need now that they have their welfare benefits, if that's what we're calling them. Someone please correct me if I'm using the wrong terminology. And I love you. I love each and every one of you. You are loved. You are loved by other people too. So if you're having a tough time, just know that you are loved. And God, I'm making myself cry here. So on that, thank you for watching. Thank you for indulging me. It's cheaper than therapy, as I say every day. And alrighty, I love you. Bye. Cheers. Now go make yourself an OGP, an Olive Garden pour. Love y'all. Bye.